Time now for Final Exam, where we find out which news personalities have been paying attention to the news. This week's contest pits a new Fox anchor against a longtime Fox correspondent. Shannon Bream hosts Fox News at Night, 11 p.m. Eastern, from this studio. Ed Henry, of course, is Fox's chief national correspondent. They join us tonight. Okay, contestants. Here are the rules. Now, let me just point out, by the way, Shannon is the returning champion.
I'm not taking my hand off there.
2 in a row, win?
Yes.
Okay. This is a big deal, Ed. Not to increase it. So here are the rules. You put your hands on the buzzers. I'm going to ask the questions. The first one to buzz in gets to answer. You have to wait till I finish asking the question in order to do that. Each correct answer is worth 1 point. If you get it wrong, you lose a point. It's possible to get to the negative points. Best of 5 wins.
Why are you looking at me?
By the way, let me just say,
it's happened.
thanks to the generosity of the Fox News Channel, for the first time we now have prizes. The winner tonight gets the coveted mouth-breathing mug. Only here on Fox, yes.
Of all your expressions, that's my favorite one.
You like this one?
I'm going to fight for it.
That after guests get that face, they've been tucked.
I like it.
Well, you can drink coffee at us. All right, ready? Question 1. Jurors at a Chicago courthouse yesterday got a big surprise when this person showed up to report for jury duty. Shannon Bream.
Former President Obama.
Former President Barack Obama, ladies and gentlemen, to the tape we go.
How's everybody doing? Nice to see you.
It's not every day the former leader of the free world shows up for jury duty.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for serving on the jury.
Can you imagine?
Cat-like reflexes serve you well.
Good. She's fast.
That was so fast. That was unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, she had to have that one.
And she was right, too. All right, question 2. A complaint from the Pope himself. In St. Peter's Square this week, Pope Francis told churchgoers he wishes they were not attached to what? Ed Henry.
Money.
Money. Seems
Benjamins.
like a good, because it's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle, isn't it?
And a rich man.
Did he say that? Exactly.
Pope Francis took issue with the use of phones during Mass, and he said, in part, it makes me very sad when I celebrate Mass here in the Piazza or the Basilica, and I see so many cell phones held up, not only by the faithful, but also by some priests and even bishops.
Money and cell phones, both evil.
The New Testament does not mention cell phones. But Ed, that was a great guess. Unfortunately, you're now in negative territory.
You got to move quick with Bream, or you're not.
The Shannon juggernaut continues. All right, a chance for redemption. Question 3. President Trump was embroiled in a controversy during his stop in Japan this week. Some called it a fake controversy. He was blasted for dumping a whole box of food into which kind of animal enclosure? Shannon Bream.
A koi pond.
A koi pond, says Shannon Bream. Not a llama enclosure, a koi pond. To the tape.
Later, Mr. Trump feeding Asian carp at a koi pond, first tossing spoonfuls of fish food before emptying the entire box.
That was the greatest video. He's like, forget it. You're getting everything.
That was so good. Did you know it was a koi
I knew
pond?
the answer, but I can't get in here.
It's a cat-like reflex.
She's closer to the siren.
You should see her play blackjack. She can deal a 3-deck shoe. Oh, yeah, with her eyes closed. All right, question 4. And I know, Ed, you will know this. In an interview with Oprah this morning, what Democratic politician expressed regret he didn't run for president in 2016? Ed Henry.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. You're watching Oprah this morning, and you say it's Joe Biden. To the tape.
I have a regret that I am not president.
So, of course, he's
because I think there's so much opportunity. I think America is so incredibly well positioned.
I was confused. I didn't know Oprah was still doing stuff.
Right.
But that was on another network,
either,
right?
But that's because you're not watching daytime television.
I am.
I'm busy.
No, he has a book coming out, so I figured he'd be flagging that. So it's either him or Donna Brazile.
Does
but I saw Donna on
follow that?
Who's the daddy?
Is right, Maury follows it.
That's who's the daddy. That's Maury.
You're up on it. All right. It's been a year and a day since the presidential election. Not everyone has come to terms with the man who won. Last night, anti-Trump protesters across the country gathered to lash out at the results in an unusual way. How did they do it? Ed Henry.
Looking in the sky and screaming helplessly.
I don't believe that. That's too crazy, but let's check the tape.
The president's critics marked the election night anniversary by screaming at the sky in frustration.
They can be very cathartic.
I have to give it
right?
an assist. I think Greg Gutfeld did like a one more thing on that with the unicorn mug, and he said,
Screaming at the sky.
I have trouble believing that's real, but you were on the news, Ed. You were watching Oprah
paying attention.
and the primal scream.
Though.
Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Our returning champion leaves once again the champion. No, the score is 2-1. Shannon, Bream, Dad Henry, and Shannon, I want to congratulate you as the very first winner of the mouth-breathing mug.
It is my honor.
Thank you.
And I will drink many beverages out of it. Thank you. Are you trying to get my mug?
Thank you.
Great to see you both. That's it for this week's Final Exam. Pay attention to the news over the course of the week, and you can play along. Next edition, Thursday night next week. See you then.